apa kabar kalian semua? Di Budapest masih dingin seperti sekarang ini? Gimana kabar di Blora, di Cepu, Randu Blatung, Bojonegoro, di Medan, Jakarta, Surabaya, Taiwan, Hong Kong, dimanapun kalian berada? Karena dingin banget, kita pindah aja ke dalam rumah dan ngobrol dengan ayahnya Maad ya.
Hai semuanya, apa kabar? Selamat datang di Ayu Petreny dan Maad. One, two. One, two. Yeay! Ini barengan guys. Oke, kali ini Maad lagi sekolah, jadi mungkin dia nggak bisa tiap hari ikutan filming sama kita. Tapi sekarang ada yang gantiin Maad sebentar, bintang tamu kita, Ayah Maad. Ya, hari ini jadi kita mau ngomongin topik yang agak dewasa dikit, tapi bukan yang 17 tahun ke atas ya. Cuma mau ngomongin tentang, pengalaman ayah selama di Indonesia. Kita sudah menikah selama lebih dari 15 tahun. Sekarang hampir 16 tahun ya ayah. Dan hampir setiap tahun ayah selalu ke Indonesia. Jadi nggak peduli waktu kita tinggal di sini atau kita tinggal di Eger atau di Singapura, paling nggak kita menyempatkan ke Indonesia. Jadi kalau dihitung-hitung mungkin ya udah lebih dari setahun ayah. Kalau dihitung secara terus menerus gitu ya, jadi udah 15 bulan lah di Indonesia, kayak gitu, udah lama. Dan tentunya ada pengalaman-pengalaman yang terjadi di Indonesia. Sekarang kita korek dari ayah, apa saja yang terjadi selama kunjungan beliau di Indonesia. Oke teman-teman, kadang dari satu kejadian itu kita nggak bisa menilai itu baik atau buruk, kadang dua-duanya. Jadi sekarang kita mau cerita saja pengalaman ayah. Nanti terserah teman-teman yang menilai ini termasuk baik atau buruk atau lucu atau apa aja deh. Okay, can we start with telling the story? The first time you went to Indonesia, that was a long time ago?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I was still young. I was 22 years old. And that was my very first time when I took an airplane. So I went alone, which made it even scarier. As I remember, I first flew to Germany and from there to Singapore and then Jakarta. I flew at the end of November, which was the first day when it was snowing here. And well, I guess I didn't do enough research on Indonesia, so I went there in thick clothes, in winter pullover, and yeah, when I arrived in the 30-35 degrees of heat, that was quite shocking. Yeah, I immediately took off my pullover and everything. And I didn't expect that kind of weather. And yeah, also when I arrived, it was quite strange. When I got my baggages, I went out the exit door and there were, I don't know, like 100 people, all of them shouting at me in a language that I've never heard before.
Did they try to speak in English?
I heard, yeah, some of them did, and it turned out that they were offering me a taxi. They wanted to take me, and I told them that no, it's okay. First, I just wanted to check where I am first, just to get over the flight.
And they were surrounding you like
literally,
that.
I went to the wall, and they were standing around me in half circle, all of them asking me whether I want taxi or they will take me, and
because
it was
you
very chaotic.
Innocent, you look like a lost person,
I
lost
was.
bule, right?
I was lost. I was very lost.
Mister, where are you going? Do you want to come with me? Something like that.
Yes, exactly. And there was one guy though who tried to save me from all these people. And later on he also helped me. and I don't know if he's watching it, and thanks for the help on my very first trip. So he saved me from all those taxi drivers, and I arrived at night. It was already late in the dark. I forgot what time exactly, but my next flight to Surabaya was at 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning, very early morning, which meant that I had to spend the night in the airport. But the airport was closed, or they closed it for the night. So that guy saved me from the taxi drivers, and then he offered me to stay with me for the whole night. He did ask for some money.
Of course, calo lagi.
I didn't have rupiah, so I offered him 10 USD. Yeah, he helped me. He actually did get me a taxi to take me to the domestic airport, and he paid the taxi driver from the $10. And then he spent the night with me, and we were talking a lot, and it was really good because I didn't fall asleep.
Yeah.
I didn't have to worry about my
Your
baggages.
bags, yeah. And back then, 10 USD was a lot, I think.
I had no idea whether that's a lot of money or not.
That's
or
a lot because
no clue.
my pocket money in a month was that much in 2002. So
I had no idea,
it's a lot of
but
money.
That's all I had. We talked the whole night, and he told me a couple of interesting things about Indonesia. I mean, I could also get used to the climate, to the weather. And what I remember is that in the morning when the domestic airport opened, then I went in, he left, and I had to go to the toilet, of course. So that was the first thing I did after entering the waiting room. I had to go one floor below, and there were lots of toilets, and there was also a very nice place for taking a shower.
In toilet, there is.
Yeah, I was
a place to take a
surprised,
shower.
but I thought it's for travelers, for refreshing themselves, and it took a few weeks later on to figure out that it was not for taking a shower.
Teman-teman tahu nggak itu
Yeah.
apa? Itu untuk cebok.
Fortunately, I didn't take a shower, but I was seriously considering it after 14-hour flight and spending the whole night outside. So
It's because in Europe you don't
It's lucky.
have that kind of thing.
not really. And it looked like a shower.
Yeah, and that's one thing I miss here in public toilet. You can
You
wash.
won't find it here. After that I just took the flight to Surabaya, and from there it was okay, I think. We managed to meet in the airport.
Yeah, and it was safer because I saw you there and no taxi drivers could approach you before me. Jadi saya selamatkan dia, teman-teman. Biasalah zaman dulu itu di airport kan banyak calo ya, taksi-taksi itu langsung boom, Mister mau kemana gitu. Tapi kayaknya sekarang udah nggak ada. I don't think we see those kind of people anymore.
No, I think each taxi company seems to have its own.
The booth, yes, we have to approach the booth and order from there. So it's much better than 15 years
It's not so
ago.
chaotic.
Yeah. I think it's better. Good job. Well done, Indonesia. 22-year-old kid. Any of you have such big kids? Would you let them to go abroad to see their girlfriends alone on their own for the first time? I don't know.
Actually, even that was funny. I'm not coming from a very rich family, and when I told it to my parents that I'm going to Indonesia, they of course you will.
It's
Yeah, and it took me more than half year to collect the money, and then I bought the ticket, and they were shocked. What?
Are you
going to
serious?
Indonesia?
But it happened.
Yeah.
And here we are. Yeah. We talked about toilet in the airport in Jakarta and Surabaya. Shower. For a European, for the first time going to Indonesian toilet, what did you think?
It's fine.
Quite clean.
Actually, what happened? Yeah. So one interesting story is when I went to the toilet of the hotel, and there was no toilet paper, which was a bit surprising for me.
In a hotel?
In a hotel, no toilet paper. I was lucky enough to have a couple of tissues in my pocket.
It's because we don't use toilet paper very often.
I heard about that.
It's not that, we don't use it. We use the shower you mentioned.
I'm not used to that.
So it's just different culture, guys. Ya pernah sekali, ayah ngerti ya saya ngomong apa. Pernah sekali waktu itu kita belum menikah, saya keluar sama teman-teman banyak, ya nggak banyak, satu grup gitu, teman-teman geng lah. Dia ikut. Ini mungkin pertama kalinya saya kenalin ke teman-teman semua, teman-teman kuliah ya, teman kos waktu itu. Terus kita makan, persiapan makan di meja yang cewek-cewek udah nyiapin kan. Terus teman saya naruh ini guys, toilet paper, tisu WC di atas meja di depan dia. Maksudnya kan untuk nyelap muka, nyelap mulut habis makan. You understand, right?
Yes, but we don't use toilet paper anywhere else.
Yeah, so it's cultural
It's surprising.
shock. Well, I guess it's not so bad because it's new. It's not used toilet paper. So it's new. It's just that, yeah.
But it's creative.
It's cheaper. Karena kita anak kos dulu ya, biasalah gitu. Itu sama-sama tisu dipakai di meja makan atau di WC ya sama aja gitu.
So one interesting experience was when we went to a shopping mall in Surabaya, and at the entrance, the security guard approached us and asked whether he could help us, and we told him that actually we wanted to exchange some money to get some rupiah, and he offered to escort us to the money changer, and that was just very nice and very surprising. I didn't expect that.
Ya, kalau di sini nggak ada kayak gitu. mungkin ya bapak satpamnya itu mau berbaik hati karena biar aman gitu aja ya guys, kali nggak tahu. Seumur hidup saya belum pernah ngalamin ditawarin dibantu gitu, tapi ya terima kasih aja lah gitu. Jadi
Yeah, I guess one other occasion when people were really nice with me is when I wanted to leave Indonesia in the airport.
Oh, also the first visit.
I think it was the first.
The first.
Yes, I think it was the first visit when, I didn't have much money left. So I just gave it to you. I didn't know what to do with rupiah. I didn't want to change it back to forint or USD, so I left it there for you.
He gave me his leftover money.
Yeah.
And then you call me, you spend all your money by calling me from Jakarta.
I was in trouble. So I had to take a domestic flight again back to Jakarta. And when I arrived, it turned out that I still have to pay airport tax for entering the international flight. But I had no money.
Because you spend your money to call me. I told you don't spend your money. And then he said, why? What will I use the money for? So he called me until he finished his money. And then because again in the whole world only Indonesia asks passengers to pay airport tax at the airport. In other countries they will include it in the ticket.
So I didn't have any money left. And the plane was about to leave. So I went to a bank, a tiny bank office, let's call it office. There were only two people. And basically I was begging them to get some money so that I can pay the airport tax. And they were nice enough to give me some money. And I was quite surprised since it was a bank. It was a proper company. But they gave me, I forgot how much.
75,000 rupiah.
75,000
It's not much these days, but back then when you don't have any money, it's a lot. But the officer, we don't know whether he's watching somewhere. Thank you so much.
Otherwise I would still be stuck in Indonesia.
Yes, well, it's okay too. But then I think you also offered to pay him back as soon as he arrived in Hungary, but he refused.
I don't even remember the name of the bank.
So that was so kind. They just give money to a stranger whom they will never ever see again. So really thankful. Thank you so much. I think mostly you have good experience.
Yeah, actually, I love Indonesia. It's a very different world. It's very unique. I like it.
I kept bugging him. Don't you have any bad experience? Seriously?
Not really, not many. I mean, yeah, I love Indonesia because it has very nice weather. Okay, it's super humid, but maybe it's better than shoveling snow.
This week he has to shovel like 3 times already.
Almost every day.
And the week is not over yet.
But people are also very nice. I really like that everyone is smiling. So I know that people there have problems too, but they try to hide it. So when they go out to the street, they still try to smile, and that's just very nice because it makes the others feel good too.
Yep.
And yeah, that's nice.
I agree.
I really like that, and people in general are very friendly, at least with me. Yeah, so I really like Indonesian people, and I really find it impressive that very often even those who are not rich are just happy with what they have. I'm sure they also have dreams and they would like to achieve more, but they seem to be happy with what they have, and they look at the bright side of things.
Yes.
And that's something that probably Hungarians could learn too.
Complaining is your national sport.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I read.
absolutely.
I'm sorry. But I read that a lot. I mean, even their own people say they admit.
You just go out to the street and you won't see many people smiling.
But then again, if you have to shovel snow every day, you won't be happy, right? It's also because of the weather, I guess. Yeah, it's just different culture, different tradition. But yeah, is it offensive if I call you bule? Many white people, Caucasian think it's offensive. So sometimes people also told me, but please don't call your husband bule. Well, I won't call him bule. It's just that because people use this term very often, so sometimes I say that to him just for fun. Some of Caucasian people feel offended because of this term. What do you think?
Well, it's not my language. It doesn't really have meaning for me, so I don't care. You can call me anything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And another thing, I watch on YouTube videos too. Many people complain, foreigners, that in Indonesia people treat them like they are aliens. They wanted to take pictures with them. They follow them everywhere. Mister, can I talk to you? These kind of things. What do you think?
Yeah, I it's a form of racism. It's a form of racism. It's a form of racism, but it's positive racism, which is...
They treat you special, right?
Yeah, they treat me much better than their own kind, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think it's very nice, and I don't know, it's... I mean, if they want to take a picture with me, yeah, of course, go ahead. I mean, I'm happy if with such a little effort I can make them happier, I can make their day, then
It's true.
Of course, I'm happy
It's
to do
true.
it. It's not a big deal.
They had tsunami, their house collapsed. You can make them happy by
I want
taking
a
picture.
picture.
Why
Go ahead.
not?
Of course.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. Because it happened so many times when we were in Indonesia. Sometimes I felt guilty. Oh my gosh. I'm afraid my husband would get this. But actually, so far, he's okay with all these
No,
things.
I got used to it. So also when I enter a shop, everyone's watching me.
And some people may consider that offensive.
I find it embarrassing. So I don't really like to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
But I got used to it. Okay, I know if I go into the shop, everyone will watch me.
But you do know they do it not because they think you look weird.
Yeah, of course.
They think you look good.
Yeah, I don't find it offensive. It's rather just embarrassing, really.
Because he's a quiet
It's
person. Yeah, he's not like Maad. Maad would go,
Oh,
hi everybody. But he's not like that. Different.
Yeah, but it's okay, of course. And who knows, probably they would be watched as well here. It's just that maybe people wouldn't do it that obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not looking there, but
yes,
I am.
they do watch me from time to time, but they don't want to
Yeah,
take
of course,
pictures
people
with
are
me.
curious.
It's just
So,
yeah. When we are different than the rest, I guess it's okay, guys. Yeah. Oh, one thing I learned though from marrying a foreigner like this, that we will get higher price than average people. My advice, if you go somewhere with your bule husband or boyfriend, you want to get good bargain, you should go first and don't take your boyfriend or husband. Then you will get cheaper price.
That's what I call as tourist tax.
Yeah, but I think it happens everywhere, even here. If they think you're foreigner, they will give you higher price. Well, anyway, in general, I think my husband Joel likes Indonesia a lot.
Yeah, it's a very nice place. Happy to go there.
Although it's too hot, probably.
Well, after Singapore, I'm kind of used to it. It's okay.
It's just that
But get me aircon. Possible.
aircon, yeah. But it's okay. It's tolerable, probably, right? Yeah, I think he likes it. So I kept asking him to say any bad things. He didn't have any. So I think we'll end
Maybe
the
mosquitoes.
mosquitoes. Yeah, because we don't have here.
Well, we have, but not as many as there.
We live very close to the river, but we don't really, especially in this weather.
You find 1 or 2 in a week. While there, sometimes I catch 15 in a night.
Yeah. And bugs, maybe lots of bugs too.
Bugs are fine too. Mosquitoes. They're annoying. I hate when they fly past my ear. It's so annoying.
Yeah, and then when he gets mosquito bites, it's visible for a long time. For me, after a few minutes it will disappear. For him and Maad, it will stay for days. For Maad, even weeks it will stay. So it's kind of annoying for them, I know.
It's really itchy.
Yeah, so I think that's all your bad experience about Indonesia. Mosquitoes. Alright guys, I think that's all for now. Short video. Maad is going home very soon, so we need to pick him up outside. Thank you guys for watching us this time. Don't forget, why am I speaking in English? Oke guys, jadi makasih yang udah nonton. Jangan lupa klik like, subscribe, dan komen. Kalau kalian ada ide tentang konten apa yang pengen kita bikin, tolong ditulis di komentar ya. Sekali lagi, asal jangan yang rasis ya. Kalau yang tentang kehidupan kita sehari-hari bisa aja. 2 topik yang sangat saya hindari itu tentang agama dan politik, karena ini topik yang sangat sensitif. Selain itu boleh-boleh aja. Oke, makasih yang udah nonton dan sampai jumpa di video berikutnya. Bye-bye.